Michigan Magazine is kept on the road by our many Michigan friends. Thunder Bay Resort, a destination for all seasons with special events and packages. Thunder Bay Resort in Hillman. Cops and Donuts Bakery, downtown Clare, a winning combination. Cops and Donuts. On this week's show, we bring you more good news on the Michigan economic development front as we attend a meeting of Northeastern Lower Michigan community and business leaders determined to make the best of what they have. They've tentatively been labeled as the MOO Group or the MOO Initiative. MOO standing for the counties of Montmorency, Oscoda, and Ogemaw, counties that serve a region off Michigan's beaten path. Our meeting with organizers at the new Skyline Event Center near Cummins, Michigan, saw dozens attending for a brainstorming session that eventually will hopefully form a network to spread the word of all the business and vacation opportunities available in this beautiful yet sparsely populated section of the state. Also stay tuned as we announce more winners in our 25th anniversary sweepstakes giveaway, but we're not going to stop there because we'll continue to draw winners for those who spot and send this week's phrase of the week along to us via email or snail mail, along with their phone number. We've given most of our vacation packages away already, and we congratulate those who were declared winners. But don't feel sad because the winning has just begun. But first, we're reaching into the Michigan Magazine archives as we spotlight the talent of a Brighton, Michigan man whose talent took him all the way to the White House and the Today Show. He's Michael Glenn Monroe, and a few years back we visited with him and his wife just after they moved their art studios from the side streets to the main streets of their hometown. Michael started as a wildlife painter, then became successful in the book publishing field. He and his wife, Colleen, became very successful in the children's book field. Stay tuned. Those stories and more are coming up on this week's Michigan Magazine. Cops and Donuts Bakery, downtown Clare, what began as a crazy idea among 9 police officers to purchase the historic Clare City Bakery quickly became an international phenomenon, carrying on a Michigan tradition with delicious donuts, pies, pastries, breads, original coffee, and more, plus a full menu at the new adjacent traffic stop diner. Downtown Clare, a winning combination. Cops and Donuts. Rose Valley Winery on Beechwood Road in Rose City. See what thousands are raving about, creating a delicious variety of award-winning Michigan wines. Stop by and taste for yourself. The taste of Michigan is yours at Rose Valley Winery. Hale Hardware, your do-it center in Hale, Michigan. Much more than a regular hardware store, providing everything you need for whatever your project is, along with a knowledgeable sales staff to get her done. Serving Northern Michigan since 1946. Hale Hardware, south of M65 at Ainsley in Hale.
Artist Michael Glenn Monroe and his wife, author Colleen Monroe, have been guests several times on Michigan Magazine. This talented husband and wife team have brought us wonderful children's books like A Wish to be a Christmas Tree, The Christmas Humbugs, and their latest release, A is for Ark. Michael's illustrations have also been featured in other children's classics like Buzzy the Bumblebee, M is for Mitten, Penny the Forgotten Coin, and many more. Besides illustrating children's books, Michael is still involved in his first love, wildlife and nature portraits. Expansion was necessary. From a side street studio and gallery, the Monroes have grown so much artistically, they have now expanded into new studios and a gallery in beautiful downtown Brighton. Michael grew up in Brighton and was delighted to be able to remain in his hometown by opening his new operations at 427 West Main Street. Michael and Colleen renovated the historic building to house not only Michael's studio, but a gallery that features the Monroe's artistry along with work from other talented Michigan artists.
This is actually a building built in the late 1800s. And my wife Colleen and I purchased it about 1.5 years ago. Refurbished it, added on the back, and we do custom picture framing here. I have about 20 different artists, including Carl Sams, all his books, my sister, Jane Donovan, her books. a lot of different little sculptures, original paintings, and some clay pieces. So this has kind of been a lifelong dream of mine to put an art gallery together, and it's always been my dream to do one in the town I grew up in.
And finally it's coming to fruition.
Yes.
It's finally happening to Mike Monroe. I cannot think of a nicer person for it to happen to. Him and your lovely, you and your lovely wife Colleen. Well, we're going to go upstairs now and take a look at the upstairs. So here we are in the upstairs gallery. This is where the creative thought, the creative process comes together.
Yep.
I assume.
Yep.
Yeah.
I've been working in this studio for about 2 months. I actually finished the penny book here, so that was kind of like my first finished project out of this new location. My studio now is as big as my old place was altogether.
Yeah.
So actually I've got a lot of work to do. I've got a lot of things to bring in here still, but this is a big painting I was commissioned to do. I don't normally do abstracts, but the family that wanted the painting only collects abstracts, and so they hired me to do this. And it's basically supposed to be a big flame.
Uh-huh. Well, it is. It's got some beautiful color to it.
Yeah, well, that's what they wanted, something very vibrant,
yeah,
and alive. Which,
I never did understand too much about abstract painting. However, I do appreciate it if it's in the right setting.
Right.
You know, but.
Yeah, I'm learning. I'm always learning as I go.
Yeah.
A lot of these paintings on the walls are ones that I've kind of got roughed in. And what I do is I work on a painting for so long until I have to like leave for a tour or whatever. Yeah. I'll put it on the wall and I'll look at it and think about it, come up with the ideas that I want to do to it to change it.
So your tour, you really got a heavy schedule for this year.
Yep, 70 schools, 50 book signings.
Oh my.
And that's the bulk of it, and then I do all the little...
Any book signings outside the state, Mike?
Yeah, last year I was in about 8 or 10 different states. In fact, out of the 64 book signings I did, I think only 2 or 3 were in Michigan.
Really?
So it's a very...
Where's the farthest point that you traveled to?
Oh, I've gone to, Washington, New Hampshire, Florida, Chicago, Denver, Tennessee.
So they've always got you out there moving on the go.
Yep.
Yeah.
And you need to do that. If you're going to have a product like this, you've got to get out there and
market.
Yeah, show it off and try to get people interested in it. Here's some more little abstracts that my daughter's done.
Oh, okay.
She understands the abstracts probably better than I do.
Innocently.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's the great thing about them.
Isn't it? Isn't it the truth?
Just opened about 6 weeks ago, middle of August, and it's gone pretty good so far.
Right downtown in beautiful Brighton, Michigan. We did the first story on you back in 95 or 97, and at that time you were working on a book that has went on to become a favorite with kids, Buzzy the Bumblebee.
Oh, yeah. That's been a good one.
And let's just go through some of them, Mike.
Well, this is the first book we did. If you remember, M is for Mitten, all about the state of Michigan. So this is kind of my debut into doing the children's books.
Great educational book.
This has been a really good book. Just a great one for a lot of age groups, because you got little poems for little kids, the older text for older kids. The next book we did was Buzzy, and it has done phenomenal.
Yes.
And then the third book was The Wish to be a Christmas Tree, done by my wife Colleen. That one was actually read this year by Katie Kirk on the Today Show, Christmas morning, and that's been a great help for us. And the next book my wife did was called The Christmas Humbug. So the book that you have in your hand is actually my 9th book.
Your 9th book.
Not including the one I kind of helped out with on here, the one that Carl did, Images of the Wild. I just did some guest sketches.
Past, but still very current and still in very much demand, all these books that you have here.
Oh yeah.
And what were some of the other ones here you've got? You've got Michigan Accounting book?
The Michigan Accounting book is a complement to the M is for Mitten book. I've got 2 other state books, S is for Sunshine, which is about Florida, and then one of my favorite books, I love this one, this is called L is for Last Frontier. This is an Alaskan ABC book, so if you have any family members or kids that happen to like wildlife or nature, this gives an overview of all the different animals you can find in Alaska. Things about the Iditarod. And I had an opportunity to go there with my mom and my sister to do the research for this book.
So you delve quite deeply into your subject matter. Thanks so much for being part of Michigan Magazine, Mike Monroe.
Thank you, Dal. Appreciate it.
Wherever the life may take you, we wish you the best.
Thank you very much. You too.
All right.
Michigan Magazine is being brought to you in part by Oscoda County's Timberland Quilt Trail. Tour our quilt trail next time you're in northeastern Lower Michigan. Cedar Valley Golf Club on Weaver Road, Cummins, Michigan. The beautiful Woodworker Shop located directly across the street from the Skyline Event Center. Detweiler Chalets of Fairview open all year. New recreational trails on man-made lakes. Cummins Market in downtown Cummins, the best little store in town. The Kirtland Insurance Agency, your independent agents in Lewiston and Mayo. Fairview Food Market, famous for their fresh and home smoked meats, located on the corner in Fairview. Historic Mod Dealers of Luzerne, your hosts Mo and Bird Smith invite you to enjoy good food, drink, and company. Rose City Drug, just south of the Rose City city limits at 2640 North M33, featuring a state-of-the-art, completely automated and extremely accurate computer-filled prescription process.
Here at Rose City Drug, we're a family-owned and operated for over 20 years. We offer fast and friendly service, and we always take the extra step to make sure your needs are fulfilled.
Remembering good times and great food, Frank and Lisa invite you to Tin Lizzie's in Mayo for a blast back to the 50s and 60s when food was made from scratch, including home-ground Angus burgers. A full menu of great food and good memories await you at the new Tin Lizzie's of Mayo. The objective in today's economy is to not just survive, but to thrive. That's the attitude spotlighted at a recent gathering held at the Skyline Event Center, the former Michigan Magazine Museum near Cummins, that drew dozens of community and business leaders from throughout northeastern Lower Michigan. Organized by Oscoda County Economic Development Alliance Chair Tim Jenks, after he and Montmorency EDC head Bruno Wojcik got to talking about the amazing opportunities that exist if one gets off I-75 at exit 202 and heads north into Michigan's heartland. Opportunities that only need to be spotlighted through considered efforts by an organized group, a group whose time has come.
Bruno and I got to talking about the commonalities between our counties. Oscoda County and Montmorency County are here in the middle of northeast Michigan. We don't have a lakeshore. We don't have an interstate. So we're different from those. And development is tough here. There's a tendency to do development in cities and industrial centers and to assume that the rural area is going to come along whenever, and often it doesn't. And I'm not going to say we get shortchanged, because it's not like the taxpayers owe us anything, but we do need to take responsibility for our own future. And we thought that would be better together, that Montmorency and Oscoda have a lot in common. There's a lot of good opportunity for business synergy there. Bruno is the head of the EDC in Montmorency County, and I'm on the EDC in Oscoda County and chairing the EDA now, the Economic Development Alliance. And so we said we need to get together. We need to talk and see what happens.
Everything has to start someplace, and this is a great place to start. Tim has reached his hand out, and we reached back, and together hopefully we can get something moving.
I've jokingly called it the MOO Alliance. Okay. Montmorency, Oscoda, and Ogemaw. Okay. Because we're alike. Wow. And one thing we'd like to do, the first step I think, is to tell people to get off I-75 at exit 202 and come up M33 and look and see what's on your sides. You know, look at Lewiston and West Branch and Atlanta and Hillman, and just look at all the heartland of Michigan that you can see up the middle. If you stay on the interstate, you're going to see what you see on every other interstate, a lot of concrete. The lakeshore, I can't fault the lakeshore. I grew up on the lake, and it's certainly beautiful. But if you're looking for something different, up the middle is different. And there's exciting stuff there. So come see the MOO Alliance and all the exciting things that we keep coming up with ideas of things you can see when you come up M33. And I don't know that any one of them is a theme. You can see Amish communities, you can see Elk Festival, just the rivers, streams, dark skies. If you're looking for dark skies, got that. So it's a great place to be.
Well, Tim, how does the Skyline Event Center play into all this?
The Skyline Event Center is such a beautiful facility, and there's so much opportunity to do things here. And the EDA has been offered the opportunity to work with Michigan Magazine and other folks in the area, and certainly Woodworker Shop has been a big part of it. And we'd like to get more events going here. We're here all the time. We're not traveling around like you are. And we'd like to make things happen here and bring you back a lot to film a lot of interesting things that are going on, so that there's things that will draw people from the whole region. You know, if you look at some of the great art centers like the Blossom Music Center outside Cleveland and the Tanglewood Music Center outside Boston. Nothing was there before. It was just a lot of space and a lot of opportunity. And I think we've got that here too. We can draw from a large constituency and bring people here to see how beautiful it is in the middle of Northeast Michigan, and also make some great music and show the great talent of the people that we have around here. We've got artists and musicians and fiber artists, certainly, just so much stuff to see. We have made our best effort to have what you'd call a viral invitation, because we started with the EDCs and the Chambers of Commerce. But we said, send this on to anybody you think should be interested, whether they're the member of a chamber or not. And of course, we work within NEMCOG, the Northeast Michigan Council of Governments. So we told some of those people to come and tell us how you can help us. We're not looking for handouts, but we'll take any advice we can get. And so we have some of them coming as well. But a lot of business leaders, people that have been involved in chambers, people that haven't. People that just heard about it and said, well, we'll see what's going on. And so I see people walking in that I've never met before, and they have never heard their name, and that's a good thing. So we'll see who comes. And I'll deliver my short sermon, and then we'll see where it goes from there.
Well, Bruno, this part of the state here has a lot to offer that people perhaps don't realize. Isn't that true? I mean, there's a lot of undiscovered treasures here.
Yeah, absolutely. Many of them are guarded, but we're going to seek them out. We're going to show the world.
Absolutely. And you know, I've spent a lot of my life working with computers and information technology. There are a lot of jobs these days that you don't have to be anywhere in particular to do it. And I can't think of a better place to develop software or to do architectural drawing or anywhere else than up here in these beautiful woods and water.
There's nothing better. I've lived up here for 22 years, wouldn't leave.
Right. Excellent. Well, gentlemen, we appreciate what you're doing, and we'll try to follow you along and let everybody know and keep up to date with what's happening in this part of the state. I urge everybody to get off I-75 and take a look at this little treasure we have in the heartland of Michigan. Thank you.
See you often. Thank you.
Thank you. That day, we witnessed an extraordinary networking opportunity in progress. Each in attendance gave witness to the desire to make Michigan's heartland a land of opportunity for business and pleasure. At least 3 counties, Montmorency, Oscoda, and Ogemaw, extended a hand of cooperation with one another to spread the word to get off that beaten path and discover those new opportunities just waiting here in northeastern Lower Michigan.
Vacation. Don't make the planning of it more than what you're trying to get away from. At northernmichigancabinrentals.com, you can choose from over 2,500 cabins, cottages, lodges, resorts, lakefront vacation home rentals, and more. Whatever experience you're looking for, from rustic to luxury and everything in between. No more rustling with telephone books. No more endless internet searches. Just one site with over 2,500 Northern Michigan destinations. northernmichigancabinrentals.com.
Experience the beauty, artistry, and taste of Northern Michigan. Come to Amish Country Natural Products on Mount Tom Road, north of Mile, just off M33. From arts and crafts to fresh foods and vegetables, all natural, all local, all good. Stop by and get acquainted with Amish Country Natural Products, 1454 North Mount Tom Road, Mile. Planning your special day? Canyons Resort on beautiful Sage Lake can make it happen. Enjoy a beachfront wedding. Everything in one location. Food, beverage, lodging, and entertainment. Canyons handles everything from floral arrangements to the wedding cake. Call now to reserve your special day at Canyons. Well, that's it. Time to wrap it up for this week's show. Here's the phrase of the week. Don't just survive, thrive. You know the procedure. Thanks for joining us. We'll see you next week for another edition of Michigan Magazine. We'd like to thank all those that help keep Michigan Magazine on the road. Cops and Donuts Bakery, downtown Clare. A winning combination. Cops and Donuts. Thunder Bay Resort, a destination for all seasons with special events and packages. Thunder Bay Resort in Hillman. Tin Lizzie's 50s and 60s Diner of Mayo, a Michigan dining destination. Cops and Donuts and the Traffic Stop Diner, open 7 days a week and 24/7 during the summer. Amish Country Natural Products of Mayo, featuring area arts, crafts, food, and all natural products. Luzerne Hardware, downtown Luzerne, more than just a hardware. Hitchman Acres, Cabins and Canoes of Mayo. The Mayo Mud Bogs, July 5th and August the 30th. Clemix Sales and Service on Mapes Road, west of Mayo, your complete recreational vehicle sales and service connection. Visit their beautiful showroom of new and pre-owned ATVs, lawnmowers, power equipment, snowmobiles, utility vehicles, and more. Clemix Sales and Service is also the home of the American-made Victory motorcycle line on display at Clemix on Mapes Road, Mayo. Hinchman Acres, Canoe Livery and Resort on M33 just north of Mayo, catering to the outdoor enthusiasts. Cabins, canoes, kayaks, rafts, and more. Daytime or overnight trips along the world-famous Asabo River. A family getaway for over 75 years. The Michigan-made rebounding mailbox pole. Never again worry about the winter snowplow taking out your mailbox with this ingenious rebounding pole. Your mailbox takes a hit and keeps coming back year after year. Call now or visit their website, toughmailboxes.com.